Welcome, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Delete Laws. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it. I appreciate it so much. Do me a favor, everybody, if you would please hit the like button. If you would please just take a second, hit the like button. It's the thumbs up thing down there at the bottom. And then put in the comment section, if you would, pretty please, OTVO. Overturn Terry versus Ohio. So this auditor is named J.THR333, and this is his first audit. Now check it out. There is no rule of where you can stand. You have to stand a sensible distance away, but there's still no rule. You could walk right up to those cop cars. Now, the Kevin or Karen judge is going to hold against you, but you can get 10, 15 feet away from these cars, 8 feet, 7 feet. You can get within, 2 arms distances.
What they said before? What they said before? Your tent?
So they stopped him in the middle of the night because his windows were tinted. This whole tint law is bullshit. The tint law in every single state has got to be wiped away.
Why they search your car? Tell them I don't want you to search it. I don't give you consent, bro. Say no, sir. Hell no. Leave me alone.
You can just hang out right there. Though.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah. Hey, bro, just tell them, and they'll stop. But it don't matter.
He said, "Ain't nothing in my car." Well, you know what? We got that pig named Zach Wester. There was nothing in the cars that he searched. Zach Wester, there were no chemicals in the cars that Zach Wester searched all by himself with nobody there to supervise him. There was nobody in the car. There was no chemicals in the car before Zach Wester searched their car. And now this gentleman is allowing jackboot thug pigs to search his car, not knowing if they have a personal agenda, that they're trying to get more arrests, that they're trying to be the leaderboard for chemical arrests, that they're trying to get the most DUI arrests in a weekend. He has no idea what the cop's motivation is. The cop is incentivized by impounding your car, arresting you, taking you to the jail, and stealing your money. That's how the cop is incentivized. So if you allow a cop to search your car, how do you know that incentivization doesn't enter into his mind that he should drop some chemicals in your car and charge you with a felony? You don't know that.
Just leave me alone.
You can just hang out right there. Though.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah. Hey, bro, just tell them, and they'll stop. But it don't.
Ain't nothing in my car, bro, is what he said. JBTP, put it in the comment section. JBTP, a jackboot thug pig will plant chemicals in your vehicle.
Matter. Just tell them. Say, hey, I don't want y'all to record. I'm good.
Can I leave to go home from work?
He said, "Can I leave to go home? Can I leave to go home?" That is not what is written in your trifold. Listen to what he says again.
I'm good.
Can I leave to go home?
He tells him, tell him I don't want to search your car anymore. And instead of saying the exact words, the cop then says, "Can I leave?" The victim of the police then says, "Can I leave to go home?"
Say, am I detained?
No, that's not what you say. You say, that is not what you say at all whatsoever. You followed the step-by-step. It's number 10 on your trifold, the 2018 case of United States versus Williams. While filming, if you know the cop is going to search your car, you initially give consent. You can revoke that consent moments later. However, you must be unequivocal, clearly stating, "I gave consent and now I revoke consent. Stop searching my car." By law, if you give consent, you can revoke it. it's in your trifold. This gentleman, when he was told what to say, then said, "Can I go home?" And he was not filming the cops who were searching his car. The guy who got pulled over did everything wrong, and the auditor saved his life.
I know, but what? Asking what for? So I haven't came any closer. Just say I don't give you consent to search my car.
That's it. That's it. Home run. Everybody give this auditor a round of applause right now. Everybody, where you're sitting, golf clap. That's exactly what you say. That is exactly what you do. Listen to what the auditor said.
Just say I don't give you consent to search my car, and they have to stop.
That's legally. It. That's it.
I haven't came any closer. Just say I don't give you consent to search my car, and they have to stop.
There it is.
Tell them.
That's how you do it, just like that. You can give consent.
Hey, bro, and they have to stop legally.
And for some reason, this guy just is not getting what he puts down. He's telling him the exact words to say. I don't give you consent to search my car. That's it. That's all that's required. He's telling him the words to say out loud, and he's not saying them.
So, I haven't came any closer. Just say I don't give you consent to search my car, and they have to stop legally. Tell them.
Okay, that's it. Say those exact words. Does he? No.
So with the blue lights, your
hey, bro, just tell him what I said. Say I don't give you consent. No, hey, say it with your chest. Say it with your chest. I don't give you consent. Boom. There you go.
Hey, there's her Freudian slip. The cop says, if you want us to stop searching, that's fine.
Consent. Boom.
If you want us to stop, that's fine. Auditor says, boom. Now watch the woman.
There you go. Yes, ma'am.
Hey, you're messing us up trying to arrest somebody here. What's the cop's goal? Put it in the comment section real quick for me. What's the cop's goal? The cop's goal is to arrest you, impound your car, and steal your money as he kidnaps you and drags you off to the dungeon. The first thing you should do is invoke your Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. Don't ask me where I'm coming from. No searches or seizures. Everything I need to provide by law is in the slip below. Then, if the cop says, I want to search your car, and you give consent because you're being crafty, then as soon as they put their little pig paws inside of your vehicle, you immediately say, I revoke consent. And you say it out loud. You say it emphatically. I revoke consent. You just got to stop searching my car, and you put the camera in their face. And if you're not on parole or probation, they have to stop searching your car. It is the law. It's initially brought up in SCOTUS in the 1991 case of Florida versus Gemino. And then the Third Circuit in 2018 in United States versus Williams actually lays out the verbiage that you only need to say, I revoke consent, stop searching my car. It's in your trifold. Why don't you have a trifold on your visor right this second?
Name and badge number? I don't give you consent. Boom. There you go. Yes, ma'am. Name and badge number?
She's annoyed that she had to stop searching. Little pigtail wants so much power. Look at that 110-pound girl. A 110-pound woman can be my boss in a lot of scenarios. She can't be my boss when she tells me what to do, and it's a physical confrontation. It's ridiculous.
Bro, they not your friends, bro. They not looking out for you. Trust me.
Yes, this guy. Make sure you get over to this guy's channel right here. Jther333, I'm going to put the link down. He says exactly, these guys are not your friends. Get over there and fill up this guy's comment section with likes and drop him 100 comments. He's saying exactly the truth. These guys are not your friends. They're not looking out for you.
Bro, they not your friends, bro. They not looking out for you. Trust me.
You need to stop talking.
I can talk if I want. I can talk if I want. No, I'm not. I was talking to my man right here.
Yes.
That's what.
Because
it just ended. It was a tick. Say, write me a ticket. I don't give you consent.
There it is right there. So then the cop said, you can't interrupt me. Again, as soon as the cop says you can't interrupt me, open up your trifold to number 8. Houston versus Hill. Expressive disorder is inevitable in a society that's dedicated to individual freedom and must be protected if that freedom can survive. Mr. Hill interrupted police, and I can interrupt you as well. It's right there in your trifold. So everything this cop has done and said so far, the counter for it is in the trifold. The exact counter for every single step that these jackboot thug pigs have tried to limit this man. They've tried to limit him. Here's the link to his channel. I put it in the comment section. Get over there and give this man some credit. He tells them every single thing they say, it's in the trifold.
Yeah. Okay. Like I said when you first came over here, right?
Yes, sir.
You're good to record. You're good to do your thing. Okay, right?
Like I said when you first came over here, right? And look at him walk over. What's the most prominent thing? The torture cuffs right up front. They used to be in the back. Why are they in the front now? To scare you, to intimidate you, so they can grab them quicker. It used to be in the 70s, 80s, and even in the 90s, you very rarely were put in torture cuffs. Now it's policy that upon interaction, you go in torture cuffs.
Like I said when you first came over here, right?
Like I said when you first came over here, right? So at this point right here, the moment that jackboot thug pig walks up to you and starts talking, you say, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. You stick it right in his face. Right behind the stick in his face is the camera. I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. You jackboot thug pig. JBTP. Put it in the comment section. Jackboot thug pig. He goes strutting over there to try to limit this man's First Amendment right.
Yes, sir.
You're good to record. You're good to do your thing. Okay, right? Well, I'll explain everything to you since we kind of came up a little later. Okay.
Yes,
I don't need my rights to be explained to me, pig. At that point right there, this is a consensual conversation. And so I would then talk over him. I don't need to be explained my rights. Well, no, I don't want to listen. I'm going to interrupt you just like the 1987 case of Houston versus Hill. I'm going to interrupt you. I don't want to hear your cop-splaining. I don't need you to explain my First Amendment right to be pressed. I don't need you to explain my First Amendment right to speech. I don't need the explanation. So I would interrupt that jackboot thug pig and talk over him.
Sir.
So we stopped him for the window tint on his vehicle. Okay.
Hey,
I don't care, pig. Step away from me. You're harassing me. I'm doing my job as a member of the press. I don't want you to hear your cop-splaining.
I don't care about that.
Okay.
Right. Be a little meaner, though. He's not your friend. This is a consensual conversation. You're not being detained. Take his ass to the cleaners.
Just let him know that he can assert his right to not have a shit right.
I got you. And here's the thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, here's the deal. No, this is not the deal. You're going to cop-splain. Don't let him even talk.
You pull somebody out of a vehicle and we ask them about some of their history.
Mm-hmm.
They tell us about their history. We say, hey, is it cool if we look inside of your car because of some of your history?
Right. Is it cool if we look inside of your car because of some of your history so that we could possibly find something to arrest you with? That's what he just said. That's what he just said. When you get pulled over, you invoke your Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. Are you on probation? Are you on parole? I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. I don't lose my rights. Now, you do lose your Fourth Amendment right to search when you're on probation or parole. That's why I'm covering this video.
Excuse this Uber notification going off. I was in the middle of giving out some rides, and the rides didn't stop coming in just because I hit the record button.
So this man, let me tell you what he did. He stopped to go and film cops while he had Uber rides coming into his phone.
Here's the thing. And like you said, right?
Here's the thing.
Second he said to her who was searching the vehicle, hey, I want to stop the search. We asked him, you want to stop the search? Okay,
Oh.
that's fine. Because he gave consent to search the car, okay?
I know.
And so here's what I'm saying. You're good to record and everything, but you yelling at him or you yelling at us or anything like that, okay? Here's what that creates, okay? That does create an interference, not by you walking over and getting all in our business.
Yeah.
But you're extending the stop. You're extending all of that by talking to him and not letting him talk to us.
Well,
Don't warn anybody that we're trying to arrest them. Don't let anybody know their rights. Don't let anybody know that they can revoke consent. Don't do that. Don't help anybody. And you're stopping us from fooling someone into legally searching them because they gave consent, even though they don't have to give consent to search. You're telling them about their rights, and that's messing us up. We wanted to arrest that man, impound his car, and steal his money. And now you've stopped us from doing that. And that's why they're upset right now.
Right.
I think technically y'all would be extending it by going through the stuff, like going through all of his vehicle, just because he didn't know that he could say, I don't want you to do that. Especially a lot of black men, whenever I see black men pulled over, I'm making my duty to stop whatever I'm doing. I got shit to do.
God bless you, my brother. Did you hear that? He makes it his duty that when he sees a black man pulled over, well, then fine, make it your race. Make it white, make it Asian, make it brown. But make it a race if you have to. Whatever it takes for you to pull over and pull your camera out and show that cop that he's being filmed, whatever it takes to motivate you. But start filming cops. Start pulling your camera out and start filming cops. It doesn't matter. Like he says, he makes it a point for black men. Okay, good. Am I a little bit more inclined to pull over when I see a large black guy pulled over by pigs? I probably am, because I know that they're more likely to kill those black guys because of the statistics. But that doesn't change. I have OCD. When I see pigs got someone pulled over, I gotta pull over. I gotta pull over and I gotta film them.
But because a lot of people don't know, right?
Right.
So we need to get the word out that you don't have to be afraid of police. If y'all doing good work, y'all shouldn't have nothing to be afraid of. You should like me highlighting it. Y'all doing good work, y'all shouldn't have nothing to be afraid of. You should like me highlighting.
Then we don't have anything to be afraid of. The reason why there is such a revolt against police and the reason why good men and women will no longer sign up to be pigs, you have to be a lower intelligence and have no skills to sign up to be a pig. The reason is because he says we're not doing anything wrong. The policies, procedures, and protocols that you've signed up to do, you jackboot thug pig, are barbaric, inhumane, and brutal. And they must be changed. It doesn't matter if you fire every one of these pigs and bring in new pigs. With these policies, procedures, and protocols, it will just remain being a jackboot thug pig organization. If you have to lay down and people have to jump on top of you, if the rule is turn over and lay on your belly and you have to expose the back of your neck to predators, that won't ever work. It'll always create and consternation and physical interaction. People don't want to roll over and give people who are predators the back of their neck. It's human instinct. Lay on your belly and straighten your arms out so that there's nothing to stop my face from being bashed into the ground. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. And that's what these cops expect us to do.
Right? You know what I mean?
We don't have anything to be afraid of. Just like I
Oh, no, you do. The people are coming and we're going to change your policies, procedures, and protocols.
said, like I was telling you, like I'm talking to you, he gave us consent to search the vehicle
Yes,
because
sir.
he was on probation and he didn't let us know that he was on probation. Okay.
Okay.
With that being said, he had a knife on him, so we pulled him out of the car to get the knife off.
Oh.
Why? Why do you have to pull him out of the car to get the knife off him? If you just let him go, there's nobody to use the knife on. You're the only people there. Why do you have to pull him out of the car to get the knife off of him? For what reason? He wasn't attacking anybody. Nobody called attacking. You pulled tinted windows. Why can't he have a knife on him for self-protection?
on probation, okay?
Okay.
With that being said, he had a knife on the car to get the knife off, asked him about his probation, and said, hey, since you're on probation, can we search your vehicle? He said, sure.
Are knives illegal?
No, they're not illegal at all.
Okay.
But when we pull somebody out of a car and they got a weapon on them, what do we want to do for our safety and for their safety, right?
No, for their safety, for your safety. Has nothing to do with their safety. So let me explain something to you that you have to understand, and for the auditor as well. He's going to ask the question in a minute. If you're on probation, if you are on probation from jail or prison or parole, then you often stipulate to surrendering your Fourth Amendment right. It's in the fine print when you sign your probation paperwork. The same thing goes if you're out of jail on bond. You may have signed away or stipulated away that the cops can search you upon any interaction with you. When you're on probation, it's almost 100% that that's the case. So if you are on probation or parole and the cops pull you over, you still invoke your Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. You don't answer any questions. If they pull up that you're on probation or parole, you repeat, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. If they ask to search your car, you can give consent and revoke consent. If you can give consent, you can revoke consent. Everything has got to be on camera. If everything's not on camera, it didn't happen. It just didn't happen. And everything has got to be on camera or you're going to get railroaded.
Separate the weapon from him, right?
I get that.
So we're not holding on to the knife. Knife's in his car.
No. So here's the other thing for the young auditor right here.
And for their safety, right? We want to separate the weapon from him, right?
I get that.
No, you don't get that. You don't get that. So for the young auditor who I'm loving his channel, listen, brother, the cops will give you a series of questions that make a lot of sense. We want to protect kids, right? Yes. You don't want dogs to get hit by cars, do you? No, of course not. So then we have to take his weapon from us for our safety, right? Sure. No. They give you the da-da, boom, something that doesn't make any sense. And it doesn't make sense why they had this guy's knife off of him, why they had to pull him out of the car at all whatsoever, why they had to pull him over for his windows being tinted. None of this was justifiable. The window tinting scam is from the 1971 case of versus New Hampshire. And after that warrant didn't suffice, and they later got Coolidge anyway because he was a murderer, in 1979, you had the FBI's plain view doctrine that was established. And with the plain view doctrine after 1979 came all the window tinting laws. Because if it's in plain view, then they can charge you with it. In the 1971 case of Coolidge versus New Hampshire, remember what the Fourth Amendment says before it was violated in 1968? Terry versus Ohio, no warrant shall issue but upon probable cause, supported by oath or affirmation, and specifically saying the person or places to be searched or seized. Now, in the Coolidge case in 1971, they got a warrant for his apartment. They got a warrant, but they didn't get a warrant for the gun. And when they went into Coolidge's apartment, the gun was sitting there. The gun he had used to kill the gas station attendant was sitting right there open. But the warrant, remember the Fourth Amendment requirement, and specifically stating the person and things to be searched or seized. That's what the Fourth Amendment says. Now, all through the late 60s and early 70s, the Supreme Court wiped away the Fourth Amendment in entirety. In entirety, the Fourth Amendment's gone. So that happens in 71. So the Supreme Court then adjusts through Supreme Court cases, and then they come out in the 1979 with the plain view doctrine, which says that if they get a warrant for your house and they find some contraband or a weapon in plain view, they didn't get a warrant for that, specifically saying the person or places or things to be seized, Fourth Amendment. Now, with the 1979 plain view doctrine, sounds really fancy. Now, if they just see something, then they can criminalize you for it. So that's how we get the window tinting laws in the United States of America. That's how it happens.
We're not holding on to the knife. Knife's in his car.
Boom.
It's hanging out in his car. We just don't want it sitting up with him while she's searching his car after he gave her consent to search his
Yes,
car.
sir. I get you.
No. Don't agree, Mr. Auditor Man, J3. Don't agree. He's trying to give you a bunch of things that you can agree with. So it makes perfect sense, the tyrannical jackboot thug pig shit they do to us. But listen to what he says more carefully, that what you agree to.
Right? We want to separate the weapon from it.
We want to separate. Why? You have a weapon on you. I want to separate your weapon from you.
Right?
I get that. I get that.
So we're not holding on to the knife.
Then give it back to him. You took away his weapon.
Knife's in his car. It's hanging out in his car. We just don't want it sitting up with him while she's
You don't want it sitting up with him.
searching his car after he gave her consent to search his
Yes.
car.
While she's searching his car, because he's a homicidal killer. He's a total maniac. The guy you pulled over is Ted Bundy reincarnated. He kills people right in front of cops who have guns with a knife when they have guns. He's trying to get you to agree to something that doesn't make any sense at all.
Sir, I get you. I get you. What's your name and badge number?
My name's Officer Choate. My badge number is 1682.
Boom. I'm
Nice to
Jalen.
meet you, man.
Yes, sir.
Take it easy, all right?
Hey, yes, sir. You too. Hey, bro, stay blessed. Stand on your rights, bro. You can say you don't want stuff to happen. They use intimidation. They try to get you. And they may not be bad people.
No. They joined an evil thing. That what they're doing right now is evil. They're trying to find a reason to arrest this man. They're evil. They are demons. They are evil. What happens to you when you get arrested? You get kidnapped. You get put in torture cuffs. They immediately take away your communication devices so you can't tell anybody that you've been drug off to a dungeon. They impound your car. They give you a bunch of charges that you have to defend yourself in court against. They charge a bounty for you to get your body out of the dungeon. They charge a bounty for your car. These people are not good people just doing their job. These people are demons. They're the evil. These people are evil. They're not good people at all.
Cops personally, but it's just what their company does, bro. They use intimidation. They try to get you. And they may not be bad people, these cops personally, but it's just what their company does, bro.
No. So let me just interject here. Okay. So do you see the woman bent over in the car? Do you see her right there? Do you see her looking around in the car? Okay. She's trying to find an excuse or a reason or some sort of chemical or anything at all whatsoever that she can turn around and arrest the man. That's what she's doing in the back of the car right there. You see her right there? You see her you see her right here in the back of the car, searching that car right there? She's trying to find a reason to arrest that man. Let's say, for example, that she did find some chemicals in the back of his car. Let's say she found an entire Soho cup full of chemicals, and the worst kinds of chemicals, whatever you think the worst is. What good is this human being doing by arresting this human being for the chemicals? What good is there? What good is she doing? What good is he doing? Zero. If this man did have a Soho cup full of chemicals in the back of the trunk of his car, it would make absolutely zero effect on the people who wanted chemicals today. Every single day, a crackhead gets their hit of crack. Every single day. If this guy right here was a chemical dealer and they arrested him and stole his Soho cup full of chemicals, that crackhead would find another person to get his crack from for that day. And these pigs right here get bonuses and accolades and promotions while they take this man here and they stifle his socioeconomic growth, his social growth, his cultural growth, his familial growth. They stunt the growth of a human being in entirety. And for what? They're going to confiscate the chemicals out of the Soho cup? Haven't we seen that it's not working? The so-called war on drugs, Richard Nixon, who's the criminal who got kicked out of the presidency and had to resign, that criminal who was the racist who created the war on drugs, can't we see that it doesn't work? Can't we see it? Can't we all agree to that? Put a 1 in the chat if I'm telling the truth. It doesn't work. So these people who are searching his car, they literally are the evil element in our society.
Why is she still going through it?
Because he's on probation.
That don't mean nothing.
No, it does. It absolutely does.
I do not say.
Find out the information to that, but if I ain't mistaken,
Oh man.
if I deny a search, I'm going against my contract I signed for my probation.
And look at this pig, just so happy that they get to search his car so that they could possibly arrest him. Remember that what their goal is to arrest him.
I'm going against my contract I signed for my probation.
I don't think that's true. They're going to get your constitutional rights right now.
No, he signed those rights away when he signed his probationary deal to get out of the dungeon. Just so you know, J3, that's what happened, bro.
That's what they doing. You have every right to be secure. It don't matter your history. Was you committing a crime?
It does matter your history, J3. It really does. So if you're on probation or parole, you sign away your rights, your Fourth Amendment right. You can even be seized immediately upon any interaction with a cop, even though you haven't broken the law. Your probation can be violated for just so you know, he's on probation, he's been pulled over. The cops technically can arrest him. He did a criminal violation, which is your windows being tinted. Atwater versus City of Lago Vista, 2001, allows the police to arrest you for any infraction of the law, regardless of how minor that infraction is. That's the 2001 case of Atwater versus City of Lago Vista. So because he's on probation and he has committed a minor violation of the law in front of a peace officer, that peace officer can arrest him. And he's also, when he's on probation, has given away his Fourth Amendment right. He has already given away his Fourth Amendment right. He's already relinquished his Fourth Amendment right.
Was you committing a crime just now?
Like I explained to you, sir, he was stopped for the window tint on his vehicle, okay, which is a valid traffic stop in the state of Tennessee, okay? In the state of Tennessee, your window tint has to be at 35% or higher, okay? We tested his window tint, it's at 5%, okay, which makes it a valid stop. Mm-hmm. I've already explained everything else to you, so like I said, you can sit here and record, but that's going to be about it.
I got you. Okay? Hey, ma'am, can I get your name and badge number?
Officer Robertson, 1581.
1581, Officer Robinson.
So look, I mean, here's the part that makes me the sickest. This is the most sick part. Every single thing that this auditor did on the scene is in your trifold. Every single thing that this auditor did. When he told him to revoke consent, that's in your trifold. When he was interrupting the cop, you have every right to interrupt the cops, Houston versus Hill. He could even curse the cops out if he wanted to. Cohen versus California. Every single thing that this auditor said and did is in your trifold. Even further. Now, here's the sticky slope. Here's the slippery slope. If you're on probation or parole and you get out of the dungeon and a cop pulls you over. Now, in most of the time, the cop cannot extend the stop without probable cause or reasonable articulable suspicion to bring in a canine dog. However, if you are on probation or parole, the cop can stop you there legally, make you wait, extend the stop to call in a canine dog because of your so-called criminal history, even though you may have been working in a pure capitalist system with supply and demand. That's what could have been happening. So every single thing that this copper said, and what do I teach you consistently over and over and over again? That when the cops pull you over, if you invoke your Fifth Amendment right to remain silent, they can't ask you another question. They don't get to ask you whether you're on probation or parole because you already told them, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right. Don't question me without my attorney present. This stops the questioning right there. You have to say the actual words. You have to say the actual words or they can hem you up.
I've been in Nashville since 2020.
Yeah.
First time
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I understand I have a lot to learn.
Yes, sir. You gotta look into it. Thank you, officers. Have a good night. Hey, bro,
Your knife is on the back seat.
stay blessed.
Boom. So there you have it. That is my first like interaction with the police, like just recording a interaction that doesn't involve me.
So I wonder, do you guys think, and I wonder if J3, let me check my email real quick and see if J3 actually emailed me. Let's see if he shot me an email. We were at 17,341, still at 17,341. Let me see if he shot me an email. I'll bring him on the live stream and see if so right now, you guys make sure that you get a trifold. Get a trifold in your car. Don't wait. Make sure you have this bad chicken in your car. Please do not be caught flat-footed without your trifold. There it is. Just took a second. Okay, I'm in my email now. Let's see if this guy emailed me and I can send him. Unlock me, please. Oh, I'm not sure who that is. Oh, I'm not sure who that is. I guess he did not email me yet. I'm waiting for that. Dang. I wish he had sent me an email. I really wanted to bring him on the live stream. I would have liked to have spoken to him. You know, I would have liked to have spoken to him. I haven't spoken to you yet. I haven't had any conversation with him yet. So as soon as we possibly can, but let's listen to this real quick.
I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of nervous, bro. I don't know why. I was a little nervous. I didn't get a good recording. Next time, I'm definitely gonna focus on that a little bit more. You know, the more you do it, the more practice you get, the better you'll get at it. But there you have it, man. This black man was driving in Brentwood. Brentwood, like I said, 3% black. He's driving.
You know, so that's the whole thing. You know, if you're going to be an auditor activist and step up to cops when they are involved with somebody or they got someone pulled over, you know, the Fifth Amendment cop card is the best tool for you. And even if you don't actually pull the card out, if you just invoke the principles of it, as soon as you cite the cop and the cop cites you, you say, I invoke my First Amendment right. And that right is upheld by the 2017 case of Turner versus Driver. And then number two, cop approaches and says any words at all to you. While filming, you say, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. The law is in the blue. Fifth Amendment's unequivocal. Cop loses qualified immunity for questioning you. So if you're auditing cops, those first two steps are critical for your journey in case you have to go to a federal civil rights case. And then number three, if the cop asks you to exit, but he's auditing on the scene. Number four, cop says, okay, auditor, give me some ID. Well, while filming, you say, I plead the Fifth Amendment. I identify as good citizen. No ID required. The law is in the blue. Hibble versus Nevada. With Raz, citizen must state how they ID. Do not give your ID without probable cause. Number five, you tell the cop off. Vulgar language. Cop says he's going to charge you with this or with that. While filming, state my right to free speech is protected by the First Amendment. Number six, cop loses qualified immunity for arresting you. Cop says, let me talk, don't interrupt me. Filming, state my right to free speech is protected by the First Amendment. First Amendment, 1987, Houston versus Hill. It's your right to interrupt police. That's the non-driver Fifth Amendment cop card 1-6. And these are only $10 and I give you 2 pair instead of 1 pair. I put it in there for you guys. Just, I'm not promoting it, but pretty much I put an extra pair in there for you because I want you to give a set away. I don't just want you to have a set of cop cards for yourself. If you buy a set of cop cards for $10, because you get the driver card and the non-driver card. If you get a set of cop cards for $10, I give you an extra pair. So I send you this pair that you buy for $10, and then I send you an additional pair so that you can give a pair away. You only pull out the yellow and black cards if a cop's in front of you. And then you only have to decide, is this a driver or a non-driver situation? And then you just follow the 1 through 6 steps.
Driving in an all-white suburbia place. Not saying he was racially profiled. I'm not going to put that on every single case, but they pulled him over for tents, and they got to just go through his shit, right? I want you guys to let me know in the comments, right? If this Fourth Amendment waiver thing is like, is it on a individual basis?
No, it's when you're on probation, you sign away your Fourth Amendment.
Right? Do they make certain people do this? Can you decline this Fourth Amendment waiver and still get probation and parole? Like, can you still be secure in your person, in your vehicle, in your
No. I told you how to answer your questions. The answer is no. You cannot be secure in your vehicle, in your house. They can literally search your house anytime they want, walk up, knock on the door. If you don't answer the door, they can kick the door down and search your house. They can demand urine from you, blood from you. They can search your car on the spot. Here's the worst part. When in 2002, the cops no-knock raided my house, kicked my door down, charged me with 5 felonies. I hired Robert Shapiro. I beat all the charges. At the end of the day, because I was taking a chemical that is really for bodybuilders, but had been made illegal the year before. We were buying it offline in 2021, in 2000 and 2001. In 2002, they criminalized it. 3 months after they criminalized it in 2002, they no-knock raided my house and arrested me, charged me with 5 felonies. I had a tiny bit of this chemical that I wasn't selling. I was using for my own personal body so I could look a certain way without taking steroids. And when the cops no-knock raided my house, and then they found this, they didn't find it. I told them, I said, I have this much chemical in a bottle, go get it. Then I went through almost 2 years of hearings of court with Robert Shapiro. And then I had to plead guilty to a possession of a controlled substance that they had criminalized 3 months earlier. That was not a controlled substance in 2001, but was now a controlled substance in 2002. So I had to plead guilty to having a controlled substance. It would go to a misdemeanor and be expunged from my record after 18 months if I went through a probationary period for 18 months and I didn't get in any trouble. I'm driving down the road. There's a lot more to this story. I'm going to leave off a lot of the caps here. I'm going down the road with a girl and a couple of my buddies in the back. The cops pull me over. Remember, I've agreed to be on a probationary period for 18 months for a misdemeanor that will be dropped off my record as soon as the 18 months is over. And when the cops pull me over, they say, oh, you're on probation. It says on the computer. They pulled out me, the girl, my 2 friends in the back, and put us all in torture cuffs, laid us down on the side of the road. We had to sit on the ground as they pulled everything out of my car, searched through the console, the panels, the trunk, take the spare tire out, rip through it took an hour and my car was destroyed. Then a radio call came on. It said, 187 and, something like that, some sort of kill or murder or some kind of call over the radio or a shooting in progress. And the cops took us out of the torture cuffs and said, okay, have a nice night. And the reason why they put all my friends in torture cuffs and the reason they put me in torture cuffs and then searched my car is because I was on probation. I had agreed to a probationary contract for a misdemeanor, that it would remain a misdemeanor unless I got arrested, and then it would become a felony and I would go to jail for 5 years. That was the suspended sentence that I got. And the reason why you can't find anything about it is because the entire arrest was bullshit. It was a setup. 100%. I can't go. I will release all the details about my 2002 arrest. That was a total setup and a scam in my book. My book's coming out. I got a book coming out because so many things that I've been through in this life have been so extraordinary that I have to share the things I've experienced.
Probation and parole, like, can you still be secure in your person, in your vehicle, and
No, you're not anyway, because the 1925 Carroll Doctrine.
your homes? Because what I was reading, in some cases, they can go into your house. You know, like if you ghost your parole officer, they can like literally go into your house, which sounds mind blowing without a warrant. Just
It's worse than that. It's even J3, the auditor. It's even worse than that. I covered a story in Northern California in the end of 2022, and it was in NorCal. I went up there, and what had happened was the police, using predictive programming, found a person. They randomly picked just some random people out of a computer system, literally randomly. Out of like 200 people, they picked out 10, 15 people and said, track these people down. The predictive computer programming did. And it said that if you track these people down, it's going to lower crime in this area. So they go over to this guy's house and they say, hey, we're looking for this guy. And they say, he doesn't live here. That's her brother, but he doesn't live here. The cops go into the house anyway. The brother doesn't live there. Now, this is an ongoing federal civil rights lawsuit, so I haven't caught up with what exactly happened, but they can not only go into the house, if the person who just listed your address. So if I'm getting out of jail and I say, hey, Daryl Waltman here. Hey, Daryl, do you mind if I put your address down as my resident address so that I can get out of this dungeon? I'll be on probation and I might get mail there, but I'm not going to be there. I'm going to be staying at my aunt's house, but I need an address. And Daryl says, yeah, Chili, go ahead and use my address. Now the probation department can go to Daryl's house and go right in and search his whole house. This is a real problem going on in our country. And it's going to eventually get its way through the courts. But remember, the black robe tyrants, the Supreme Court, they're working against us. They're working completely against us. They're not working on the side of liberty and freedom and transparency and the Constitution. The black robe tyrants are working to protect bad actors, bad cops, bad states, bad laws, bad policies. The Supreme Court is not your friend. They are our enemies. They are an unelected group of appointed by the elitists. They don't care about us. They just want us fighting each other over race, over money, over status, over property. They just want us fighting each other. That's all they want. Over politics. Oh, you're a MAGA person? Oh, I'm a Biden person. Fight each other, fight each other, fight each other. Meanwhile, the powers that be are creating legislation, policies, and procedures that are brutal, inhumane, and barbaric. That's just the plain, simple fact. That's just the plain, simple fact. It's a giant agenda, and that's what's going on. And as long as you allow them to divide you from your neighbor because that guy's black or because that person's Asian or that person's white or that person's brown, as long as you allow them to say, it's the blacks committing all the crimes. It's the blacks. It's the blacks. Don't worry about it. No. The same laws, probations, prisons, system they create for the blacks will then be applied to you. And that's what we're experiencing right now in this country. Right now in this country. That's what we're experiencing. So I'll tell you what I'll do. If anybody goes to my website right now and gets a trifold, I'll give you a pair of Fifth Amendment cop cards for free. If for any trifold bought right now, they're $20. If you get a trifold, I will include the Fifth Amendment cop cards for free. That's the deal I'll make you guys for today. I try to always make a deal. Try to always make it so you guys will get the stuff in your car. So if you get a trifold, it's $20 from my website. I will give you the set of cop cards for free, just like a credit card.
Go in and just check on things, right? That sounds bananas to me. In Tennessee, I would have to look and just get a more specific overview or understanding of what it actually means. I've never once looked into probation or parole because I've just never been faced with that situation in my life.
I have, bro. And this pig can arrest you for absolutely no reason. If you're on probation or parole, that pig can arrest you for absolutely no reason at all whatsoever. The pigs don't have to have a reason. They can just say that you're bad, and they can just arrest you for absolutely no reason. It's crazy.
Life. But yeah, y'all let me know in the comments if y'all have information, something for me to go read and check out. Let me know how I did. And if you don't mind, if you watch this far, just go ahead and hit that thumbs up. Y'all stay blessed. Bless up. I'm out, gang.
Let me refresh this. He's got 1.64 thousand subscribers.
Yo.
Now he's got so 30 people have subscribed. 21 comments have been added. Good job. Let's get over here and show this man some support. I'm going to drop the link for his channel right here. Subscribe to this man's channel. He's out there doing the work. I mean, really doing the work. So go ahead. And I found this morning. So for J3, let me know if we can get together and have a talk, brother. Anyway, listen, I better get the flock out of here. Thank you guys for coming. I really appreciate it. The Fifth Amendment cop card has got to get into circulation. We need thousands of these in circulation. So that's why I'm giving so many away. I consider the investment in the cards like a promotion, like a promotional way to advertise my brand. I mean, originally I thought I would be able to make some cash with it too, but at the same time, these have got to get into circulation. So if you order a trifold, I'm going to give you a Fifth Amendment cop card 100% for free. 100% for free. All right, I'm going to get the flock out of here. Thanks for coming, Shubby. Good to see you. Steven, what is going on? Good to see you, Chris. Thanks for coming, brother. If you get a trifold, Derek, I'm going to give you Fifth Amendment cop cards with it for free. Get the trifold, that's $20, and then I'll give you the Fifth Amendment cop cards for free. You are welcome. I love Yahweh. It's always good to see you. It's always good to see you. Always good to see you. Stomper, good to see you too. Thank you for coming. Thank you guys so much. Chris, good to see you. I better get the flock out of here. Milton, good to see you. April, my friend, good to see you. How you doing? Good to see you. Good to see everybody. All right, I'll get the flock out of here. I'm just rambling. I got to go pick up my laundry. Brick, it's good to see you, my friend. All right, I got to get the flock out of here. I'll see you guys in the next one.